have external temperature. Remember, metabolism or respiration is enzyme controlled. Now, if an organism is in an environment where the external temperature is too low, if this organism is a homeotherm, it should maintain a constant body temperature. That means that the metabolic rate will be high. To generate much heat needed to maintain a constant body temperature. But as the temperatures of the environment increase, what happens? Above a particular temperature, the BMR, the rate of metabolism, is expected to decrease. Then hormones, there are particular hormones which increase metabolic rate. Hormones like thyroxine hormone, hormones like adrenaline. These hormones bring about an increase in BMR. Then we have exercise. This one generally affects metabolic rate, not necessarily BMR, because BMR, the organism is at rest. But we know that any increase in activity of the organism, as the organism does an exercise, then the metabolic rate increases. Pregnancy, pregnant females. Pregnancy on its own does not affect BMR, but in the later stages of pregnancy, as the fetus develops, the BMR of the mother, pregnant female, increases. Why? It increases because of the BMR of the because of the metabolism of the fetus, causing a general increase in metabolism. And this usually occurs in later stages of pregnancy. That is when the BMR of the pregnant female increases. Then lastly, the psychological state. You may be stressed. You're there, but you have a lot of stress, a lot of anxiety. So with a lot of anxiety, a lot of stress, this increases the basal metabolic rate. It increases, becoming high. So those are the factors that influence basal metabolic rate. Now looking at the last part of our topic, tissue respiration. It now brings us to a comparison comparing respiration with photosynthesis. In fact, when we look at the equation of respiration, it is the reverse of the equation of photosynthesis. It is the reverse. Remember, in respiration, we have noted that food, majorly glucose is broken down in presence of oxygen, liberating energy, carbon dioxide, and water, just like we see from that equation. So the forward reaction, glucose plus oxygen, forming carbon dioxide, water, and energy. While the reverse reaction, when carbon dioxide combines with water, in presence of energy, we end up forming glucose, the carbohydrate, and oxygen given off as a byproduct. That is why we are saying that respiration is a reverse reaction of photosynthesis. One occurs forward direction, another one occurs in the reverse direction. That is why we are now making a comparison between the two processes. We get to see among the similarities that both involve conversion of energy from one form to another. Like we've seen in photosynthesis, energy is needed, while in respiration, energy is liberated. In respiration, we are having chemical energy, while in photosynthesis, we talk of either light energy, mainly light energy, Photo, use of light. So we talk of light, energy. They both occur in living cells. They both form ATP. Remember, in respiration, we talked of oxidative phosphorylation, formation of ATP in presence of oxygen. In photosynthesis, you talk about photophosphorylation, presence or formation of ATP in presence of light. Therefore, in both, there is formation of ATP. Both require energy to occur. Energy is needed to form energy. Energy is needed for plants to manufacture food. Therefore, in both, ATP is used. They both involve a series of enzyme-controlled reactions. In other words, there is enzyme activity. There is flow of electrons in all along electron carriers. In respiration, we talked of flow of electrons along the cytochromes in the ETS. In photosynthesis, you looked at movement of flow of electrons along a series of electron carriers, where we talk of the plastoquinone, the plastocyanin, the cytochrome complex. So those are a series of electron carriers. Equally in respiration, we have electron carriers, the cytochromes. Then looking at the differences. Lastly, what are the differences between photosynthesis and respiration? Much as we said that they all occur in cells, photosynthesis only occurs in cells with chlorophyll, while respiration occurs in all cells, regardless of whether they have chlorophyll or not. That is why we say respiration occurs in both plants and animals. Photosynthesis occurs in presence of light. Photo, light is needed, while respiration occurs all the time, whether light is available or whether there is no light. Remember, these reactions are opposite. What are the raw materials for photosynthesis? Carbon dioxide and water. How about respiration? What are the raw materials for respiration? We saw there should be glucose, there should be oxygen. Glucose and oxygen. Then photosynthesis, it forms reduced carbon compounds, oxygen and water. Those are the products. While in respiration, the products are carbon dioxide and water plus energy, because the reactions occur in the opposite direction. Photosynthesis energy is stored, respiration energy is released. In photosynthesis, reactions involve reduction in carbon compounds, while in respiration, reactions involve oxidation of carbon compounds. Why? Because in respiration there is use of oxygen, while in photosynthesis, remember, there is release of oxygen. And lastly, the energy carriers in photosynthesis, we talk of nicotinamide, adenine, dinucleotide, phosphate, NADP. While in respiration, we talk of NAD and FAD. Respiration, NAD and FAD. Photosynthesis, we talk of NADP. So that is the comparison between photosynthesis and respiration. I want to advise that you now go through the notes, because you already have the notes for tissue respiration. Please take time, go through them. Look out for a variety of questions as well. Look out for a variety of questions. I'm also going to WhatsApp you the questions about respiration. Please try them out. In case you find any difficulty in trying out or interpreting any question on respiration, please feel free to inquire. Many of you have been WhatsApping their questions and we've been responding. Feel free to WhatsApp any question, and we shall be in position to respond. Otherwise, thank you very much for being very active very active learners throughout this topic of respiration. We believe that we've come to the end of this topic, tissue respiration. So I advise you to look out for a variety of questions. Till we meet again, bye-bye. Keep safe.